Hey, guess what I woke up to? You know what? It just dawned on me. Can people hear me if I mute my microphone? All right. So, does this sound better if can you hear me if I just mute? How's that? I'm just trying to get rid of the echo so people can hear me better. You know, there are people I've seen that spend hours producing the most amazing YouTube videos. That's not this channel. This channel is produced by an unbelievably lazy 57-year-old doctor. And usually when I produce a video, it's because I'm usually awake. I'm often in my bed. This is the laziest channel ever produced on YouTube. I just want you to know that. And yet, I keep getting more subscribers. I haven't figured it out. I think Gaia is playing a practical joke on me. I don't know. So, Linda G, I want everybody to send her little thank yous and everything because that poor woman has been through so much. Nobody was believing her. What did she say? What was her vision? She said that they would be dancing in the street. Has anybody seen the film footage from Philadelphia? They're having a great time over there. I just heard people screaming and the cars are going and honking and now they're dancing in the streets of Portland, Oregon. So we're having a hell of a party. Gosh, I wish I was in West Hollywood, beautiful West Hollywood, where my brothers and sisters are. I know they're going to be dancing in the streets in West Hollywood. Now, it looks like we've got 3 contested, possibly 4 contested Senate seats. What do y'all think about that? And they're doing forensic investigations in a couple of states also, so we'll probably get more votes out of that. You're very welcome. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Demi. Hi, Connie. Dove girl. The angels came. Hi, Marie. Alaska Senate is very much in play because of changing demographics. Hi, Michelle. As you can see, I haven't had my coffee yet. Yeah, and you know, it's interesting. I guess I'll talk to you about last night's remote. Do you want to get the remote like this? This is a bizarre way to get the Usually I at least brush my teeth and write it down. I don't know. These are unusual times. I think people understand. Your white candle is still burning. We'll take it any way we can get it. Boy, talk about spoiled. Democrats, they say Democrats are never happy. Do you really think with 4 Senate seats in play right now, possibly 5, that we're not going to get 1 or 2 of them? Plus, we have Kamala is going to be the split. So it's not, y'all are Debbie Downers. Did you like my song? I sang for you last night. Oh, I'm sorry. I went off and I forgot to give people the remote. Is everybody here? Oh my gosh, there's 255 people. I just put this up just for fun. So when I went into the remote last night, and this is going to make a lot of people happy. It looks like the FBI had opened up a new investigation into some criminal activity. I didn't totally go into what the investigation was, but Trump is threatening to fire Christopher Wray. And people think that he will. Now, what's interesting is that it felt like the Trump presidency was over, that Trump had no power, that he went from being this terrifying monster to nobody overnight, that Mitch McConnell is not going to help him. And actually, there's a kind of fear around Mitch McConnell that the feds are moving in, they're closing in on this president, and Mitch McConnell and everybody else has, including the GOP, will turn their backs on him. And there's a feeling that of shock in Donald Trump that he was thrown out like used newspaper the next day. And that's precisely what it's going to be like. He's nobody. And if he threatens people or any of this other stuff that he's talking about, that will not go well for him either. I mean, I think it's really pretty over. I maybe in 2-3 days we'll see something from Trump. It's interesting with Trump. There's a potential protest, another protest forming, and possibly it could get because of COVID. Remember, I had said that when I went into the energy, people had changed their vote. He lost approximately 10 to 15% of the vote he had had before in certain demographics. The feeling of those people was that his mishandling of COVID cost him this presidency. If there had never been COVID, he would be reelected. Sorry, I forgot that I'm online. See, see how I get pulled into it's my sister's birthday. We have to give a shout out to her. So I'm arranging a delivery for her of some stuff, and that was the delivery person. Sitting there doing my work. Oh, hi. Hello, 395 people. I love amanitas. They're so pretty. Aren't they the prettiest blue moon? Aren't they the prettiest mushroom? I see them very, very rarely. See them, and I just love to touch them. It's interesting. Different cultures view medicine differently. Like we think of amanita as, oh my God, like people in the shroom community are like, oh, it's such an amazing, mushroom. But in Eastern Europe, it's considered, they grow everywhere. They're like dandelions. Yes, I think there's going to be some. Look, they're terrified of Kamala Harris, and they should be. One of the people I think that will be up for the AG job is Adam Schiff. I don't know if he'll get it, but I saw a meeting between him and the Biden campaign happening in the future, or with Biden. So it's very possible Schiff will become part of the transition team. Yeah, something's going. I don't know if he's going to be AG or working with AG or something like that, but something's is shifting with Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is interesting. In the remote, it's almost like he appears in like a cop uniform. Hello, I'm the cop. Sally Yates would probably be a good idea. Good morning, Alaska. Don't leave us hanging, Alaska. I hope you voted the right way. I got another message from my sister. Let's take a look. Okay, let's see. He wants to see, we'll approve that. Approve that. Approve that. There you go. I just approved some things. Yeah, some kind of major investigation seems to be going on that everybody on the Hill is familiar with. And it just feels like the feds are moving in, that they played games with daddy for as long as they could. And now all the children know that daddy is coming and little Donnie's in trouble. And now all the children are scattering back to their corners, including Mitch McConnell. And Donnie's sitting there with the toys, and all the kids are gone, and a look of shock on his face because what the heck? Remember, we were partying, and I was the bully, and we don't know you. They're going to throw this guy to the dog. This guy's going to the wolves. Well, like I said, they knew that Biden had won by Tuesday because they had been tracking. They had their people in every single district calling people who had voted and asking them if they had tracked their vote. They had been confirmed that the vote had been received. They knew they had a cushion of approximately 100,000 votes. It was very scientific. They knew that if they took Pennsylvania, they'd won the presidency. And they knew that if you had this kind of abnormal result in Florida, it would automatically prompt a forensic. And then that's when they found all the missing ballots that some of which had been scanned and brought into the post office, but seemed to have just disappeared. Then there seems to be something confusing going on in terms of reporting rates. I think they're in a lot of trouble. I think that there's a new sheriff in town, and I think that he will let people do what they're supposed to do. And I think a lot of people are going to go to prison. And I think, look, they're terrified of Kamala Harris, and they should be. Remember what she said? Does everybody remember the remote with um, Kamala and what she said? There's no Hunter Biden payoff. That was a fake story, and it was confirmed to be a Russian bot. When you get a story, whether it's the Hunter Biden thing or anything else, it's really important to just learn how to fact check, go back, look at who, like Newsmax is a joke. Don't read Newsmax. Newsmax, the money's been linked back to Russian oligarch. In fact, no, I think a Russian oligarch might actually own. Oh no, is that owned by the Chinese guy that wants to create the new Tang dynasty? I can't keep up. They're all bonkers. They're all bonkers. They all live in Florida because they're trying to avoid taxes and they're hiding money. And it's just, oh God. I should have started this stream after I made my coffee. Well, they should be afraid of her. Oh, what is Trump feeling energetically? I forgot to talk about that. See, gotta give me the coffee. He's so angry. He was very angry last night. He was so angry that he intends to like destroy people, and he's plotting his revenge. So that makes him unbelievably dangerous right now. He's going to make people pay. He's going to make the Republicans pay. It's that kind of the guy's crazy. People had said, "Oh, you make excuses for Donald Trump, Whimsy." He knew, but no. This is what we are trying to say. The remote viewers. He doesn't know better. He's insane. That is the definition of insanity. He's not well. He's not capable of rational free choice. That's the definition of insanity. He's so trapped in his delusions and facets that he's simply incapable of seeing reality and responding appropriately. Yes, Michelle, it's a wonderful thing. That's why we're here together, you and I. Oh, Dove Girl, are you talking? Who are you talking about? Whose feelings? Trump's? He wants desperately to exact revenge. He's he's in his evil mode. This is a kind of mental state a person can get into where they feel like everyone is scheming and plotting against them because they're a victim. And then you become so angry, if you had a gun, you would shoot them. That level of rage. So this is what Mary Trump was warning against. And that's the mental state because again, he has a personality disorder, and people with personality disorders, when you push their buttons, you can expect certain results. So this is it's the narcissistic wound. His biggest fear was what? That he was a loser, that we would all find out that he's a loser. I don't think there's evidence of multiple personality disorder, Ian, but I mean, what he could do is go to a state that won't extradite to New York, like Florida, and then pay his lawyers and delay, and hold out somewhere, avoiding extradition to New York. Yeah, it's interesting because, they feel so entitled, the Trump people, they feel so entitled to this presidency. I mean, it's just a level of spoiled that just blows your mind. No, it's like the woman in the remote. This is a job. We're your employer. We reviewed you. We reviewed your job performance, and we've decided to go with another candidate. C'est la vie. Oh, Gigi B, thank you. I wanted to sing something special for everybody. Unify the country. Oh yes, the tax thing. I'm not able to totally see what's going on, but energetically, it looks like the feds are all over this administration, and it would behoove, once Republicans get wind of just how bad it is, it would be wise of them to just I think they need to move on and distance themselves from this president and think about 2024. And they're going to do a post-mortem too to figure out why they lost this presidency. But I mean, I think it's pretty obvious it's mostly COVID. Okay, if we're talking, can I take you into my kitchen and make a coffee, and then I'll stay online? And if you're good boys and girls, I might even throw some cards. Yeah, Jeffree Stein. He's really pretty nuts, but we knew he was crazy. I can. You're gonna let me make my coffee? Oh shucks. Let me just check and make sure my sister got her stuff. All right. So, my sister had a very nice birthday. The glass ceiling is cracked. We are going to have Kamala Harris presidency, it looks like, probably. Because I really believe huh. Oh, that's pretty good. The Democrats are going to be under Biden are going to be creating a team to explore poverty and the problems in certain areas. Looks like he's going to ask Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders to go into areas like South Pennsylvania. I knew he was going to do that. She has a really important role there. Let me turn the light on. Are we good? Do y'all forgive me for making my coffee while I talk to you? I'll make it up to you. All right. Hi, Mila. Do you want your breakfast? You ready to eat? Talk amongst yourselves. Get to know each other. Flirt. All right, let me feed the baby. Yes, Mila, you got salmon. Oh, you got salmon? Yes. Oh, goodness. There you go. Your breakfast. There you go. Hi, everybody. Aren't you impressed with the amount of effort I put into this channel? My ex-boyfriend, the Tory who was the spiritual eugenicist, yes, he thought I lacked discretion. My God, your life's an open book. People can go right into your home, see you without your brushed hair, making your coffee. You must be discreet. I don't have to be discreet because I'm not hiding anything. What you see is what you get when you are out, when you're just you and you're not hiding your authentic self, then you really don't have to do any of that. It's quite liberating, actually. You Republicans and Tories should give it a shot. You'll feel so much better. Trust me. You should join us. Anyway, working on the coffee. All right, thank you. As you can hear, it's doing its boiling. Let me just get back here. I apologize. Yes, the hair is not brushed. Yeah, I figured you guys would let me be a little bit rude and make my coffee, since this was not a planned thing. I just I woke up to the news that they had declared Pennsylvania. I think they'll declare Arizona today, and probably Nevada as well. No, it doesn't matter anymore. What's his lawsuit? People shouldn't be allowed to vote if they don't like him. They're not counting the ballots that came in after November 3rd. They've all been held, but those two will be counted, which puts them in a pretty interesting, which means that Florida will go back into play. Yeah, what happened in Iowa when I scanned, thank you, Leslie. If you go back to the night of when I would, or was it the day after, I scanned Iowa. What got me all weirded out about Iowa was because it was so lopsided. And then when I Googled it, because I'll get a remote, I'll scan an area, I won't know what I'm seeing, and then I have to go figure out what I'm seeing. But yeah, they hadn't counted any of the college areas or any of the progressive liberal areas. And so it gave skewed data about Iowa, but that Iowa is very close. So, it's like that song. I was singing that song from SNL. We'll be strolling to the polls. We'll be strolling. Ooh. Where's the blue wave? Where's the blue wave? Where's the blue wave? Relax. We're just strolling. Strolling into Arizona. Strolling into Nevada. Take your time. It's okay. We got this. We got the blue tsunami. Where is it? It's just slow. It's just a slow stroll. Strolling to the pole. Now we're headed to Pennsylvania. Just strolled into Pennsylvania, right? You guys got the B. There you go. Oh, now we're headed south. Yeah, there you go. We're strolling into Georgia. We just took Georgia. Nice. Oh, we're headed north. Very nice. Are we strolling into North Carolina? Very good. There you go. Relax. The blue wave cave. It's just that we were strolling. We were taking our time. Okay, now I'm going to pour my coffee. Okay, let me get some well, isn't it nice to see Linda G's vision in the spiritual world manifest in the physical world in Philadelphia and in the streets of DC and all the other streets? What a party we're going to have tonight. I studied a little bit of acting. I was a model when I was younger. I worked in Europe and Israel as a model, which was kind of cool. It was fun to be young and pretty once. And then after I had all of that fun, I came back to the United States when I was 27, 28 years old, and went to school and got a doctoral degree. Left all that silliness behind. Yeah, I'm so proud of her. She did such a good job, and she really kept her head calm when everybody was just going nuts, and just like she kept going in her center and just saying, okay, I think she really handled it well. Kudos to her, and kudos to all the people that handled it well. Thank you, Rosalind. That's extremely kind of you, since all I've done is make a cup of coffee. Hope, sweet hope. Thank you. He is going to think the group gathering in front of the White House is there to support him. You were strolling your doggy, Rory. This was a very lazy stroll into the White House. I loved it. I keep thinking of those beautiful women all dressed on Sundays, doing their Saints Come Marching In walk as they walk into the, I love that stuff. It's so sacred. The sacredness of the vote. The ritual of voting. That's why strolling to the polls and Um, what's the Sunday event? I just think that that's beautiful because what what it is it creates ceremony and sacredness around something that is such an important part of being an American, is for us to all come together collectively and have our voice heard and vote. Well, thank you, Jill. I think that things are getting so bad with COVID and the president's mental state is so bad, we could be seeing him being asked to resign yet again. Philly in the house. Thank you, Philly. Thank you for saving our great. Thank you for Philadelphia saving the nation. Human in training. Purify the White House. Well, Jill's going to have it repainted, some of the rooms. But also, Jill's going to be horrified and shocked by some of the crazy stuff she finds when she gets there. She is going to have, she wants to change the colors in some of the rooms. You'll see Jill will change up the color. And she's pretty good about stuff like that. I don't know how I know any of this stuff. I'm just, it comes and I deliver it. Oh, gold blues. I don't know. I just saw her going into areas and just, she's really good at, like their home is beautiful. That's because that's what Jill likes to do. She has a really good eye for things like that. Of course they are in Tucson. God bless them in Tucson. All right, let's do it. Let's fall in love. So I won't come on tonight if other people are coming on tonight. Let's pray. Let's come together. All right. I'm going to call on white light protection for myself and the community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and good angels to be with us. Give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journey to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, for the planet, for the people we love, but also to help those we have strive for. And together we say, Amen. Oh, Michelle. Yeah, considering the fact that Mark Meadows, the guy who didn't like wearing the mask, there you go, Mr. Stupid. Mitch McConnell is going to release funds. They're going to approve something even without the president. Most of this is going to be COVID aid. That's the first thing that we're seeing when we go in. You can see here the base, the frugality card, that they're terrified that if they keep giving money out, some of the physically conservative Republicans, that it's going to lead to an economic collapse if we just random handing out money. That's the concern. So you can see here that they're tightening their belt and they're holding on to the money. However, they're pushing through the Ace of Pentacles, which is a relief. So we should be getting some relief. Thank you, Joanne. And yes, Archangel Michael, remember he came in? Thank you, Pat. That's really sweet of you. Thank you, Catherine. All right. So things are looking pretty gosh darn good. Looks like, yes, now that things are over and there's nothing to negotiate, I don't see the only reason to fight about the funding. Everyone realizes that they're on the brink of that the nation is on the brink of a catastrophe because they see that 10 million people are infected with COVID, and the estimates are that we could lose upwards to 1 million Americans. So we are in a potentially catastrophic situation economically and also the health of the nation, which is why I really hope everyone has not become lax when it comes to taking care of yourselves. This virus is worse than ever, which means that I want to see everybody stricter than usual. If you can afford to get your groceries delivered, do so. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I think I gave gratitude already to Pat B. Thank you very much. So our wish has been granted. You can see the yes, the beautiful Nine of Cups is the wish granted, and it is the first house. So no surprise there that we got our wish. And what crosses it? We're strolling into victory. Six of Wands, more victories coming. If a Six of Wands is crossing, we should not assume that every race has been run. Some of the races that were called, like the one in North Carolina, they had to retract. That Georgia, they made the mistake of calling Georgia and North Carolina too soon, and now they've had to pull back on that. So it's very likely that we'll see more victories we don't know about just yet with a Six of Wands moving. The first thing that Biden and, I'll tell you the truth. The Senate privately is relieved. They know Biden. They worked with him for years. You can see a Three of Wands to look over the waters. It can sometimes be communication overseas or looking to a land over the waters. It's in the fourth house. I think the Biden administration is going to work very, very closely with the rest of the world, particularly Europe and the World Health Organization, to try and get everybody on one page and get control of this pandemic, because that hasn't happened yet. Rather than picking fights with everybody, including the CDC and the World Health Organization, we're going to pay our dues and start getting organized and start exchanging scientific data again. Because suppressing science has been catastrophic for the health of the nation and probably bankrupted us. People wanted to know why everyone was relaxed on Tuesday night, why the Democratic leadership was laughing when people were melting down, why I was calm. It's because they had already tracked the polls in Pennsylvania. So what happened was that it was smart what they did. What they did was that they had people in different districts, volunteers, call people who were registered Democrats and ask if they had mailed in their ballot, and then if they could please track and confirm that it had been received. And so they did a lot of data collection, and by 3:30, they already knew that they were ahead of Donald Trump in Pennsylvania by, I think, 100,000 votes. And that's because the Biden candidacy believes in science. You see, science, data. So that's why they knew, because of tracing. And they had to first off, you do that anyway, but they were extremely they knew that they knew that stuff was going to happen. So it was they just slowly called, hi, you're, voting. Did you register? Oh, you mailed. Did you mail it in? Did you check to see tracking? So, I don't know if they win North Carolina because Biden isn't saying so, or if they didn't do internal tracking on North Carolina, but it's definitely too close to call. Oh, we're in a good place spiritually. We have a nice Hierophant in the third house. The crazy's over. Inverted Knight of Cups in the past house can be the dreamer, floaty, somebody who makes promises but reneges on them, someone who's going to give you something and then takes it away. Oh, they're dancing in the streets in Brooklyn. Did they get a chance to have their, you like these bathrobe readings? Oh, more paper, please. Thank you, Sweden. Thank you, Annika. It's very nice of you. Thank you very much to everybody that's contributing here. Okay. Bernie, being Bernie, brought to our attention. Yeah, he got socialized medicine. That's absolutely right. All the members of Senate have free health care supplied by the government. They enjoy the benefits of democratic socialism. They just don't think you should have it. One of the great things about running for Congress is you get to enjoy democratic socialism, the benefits of democratic socialism. Only the rich get democratic socialism. Yes, everyone's happy. Oh, thank you, Left. My throat wasn't that great, so I appreciate that. My throat was very tight, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on with my throat. Maybe I didn't warm up enough. All right. Oh, Biden is going to be traveling he's already having international meetings. You can see the international card communication. I use the 301s for that. If it's going over the water, making his wish, the dreamer who rubs his lamp is his seventh house. What is around him? The chariot. Biden's going to be taking a trip probably to Europe. It looks like it's an emergency trip prior to him. There he is about to take the oath. We're going to be okay, and the planet's going to be okay. Man, those new Republicans, they've been visiting me lately. I don't know if I should be creeped out or what. Look, they're not going to change. They're not going to change. Those guys in their 20s and 30s that are hungry for money, that got degrees in business and marketing, and they want to talk about going forward now that Trump is gone. They want to talk about green. That's why North Carolina keeps coming up. Green, 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 green. Let's talk about green. The color that we both are interested in. Come on now, Democrats. Let's talk legal medical marijuana, psilocybin therapy. We now have prison reform because white guys now want to be drug dealers, and so we have to make it legal. When you did it, we put you in a quote unquote prison for profit, aka the new plantation. But now we want to be the drug dealers, and we wear nice clothes, and we went to good schools. So we're going to make it legal, and then we're going to have reform so that we can do the same thing, but we're going to be rich. The thing about the energy on North Carolina is that there's a lot of lands there where you can potentially grow things like hemp, organic marijuana, et cetera, and just also new green industries, specifically the northwest section of northern Colorado is going to become it's going to become like a Simi Valley. So if you have land in the northwest area of North Carolina, or you're thinking about investing in that area, it'd probably be any town in that area, it would be a good investment because that whole area is going to start building up really rapidly in the new green economy. That's right, John. More pizza. Well, it was one of my medicines that I was prescribed after my divorce, and I didn't want to take it because I'm such a Victorian. And it changed my life. Actually, it was a very good medicine for me. So it's all about changing perceptions. But I guess the marijuana bills, they all got passed. So a lot of people with complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which was what I was diagnosed with a couple of years back, that do really well with it. All right, so you can see the wish coming. It looks like we have some movement happening. I think Biden's going to, like I said, go to Europe. I think he's on the precipice of receiving the new contract, and then we can see the Ten of Cups. So we're building the new utopia. The Ten of Cups means we got it all. We got it all. Thank you, Cher Bear. Victory! I like that. Oh, that's really cute. Look at that emoji. I've never seen that emoji before. Did you just moon me with that? Look at that. Look at the Cher's emoji. Isn't that funny? Thank you. It's very funny, Cher. Okay, let's do the clarification. There's going to be a crowd. We need to go into the White House. I made a list of it last night. Yeah, it was destined to be. Gaia does not make garbage. She wants her children to save themselves. There's a tower coming in the White House, so I think Donald Trump is something's coming, and I think that they knew this psychologically. They knew this was going to happen. Look, I don't know if they're going to put hands on him or what, but he's not. He doesn't have the power that he did. He lost power overnight. The will of the people, whether is something. But people speaking. Even Mitch McConnell, who's the most obstructionist Senate majority leader in Senate history, even he can see the writing on the wall. I'm just looking at Trump's emotional state, and then I want to go into the FBI because there's a criminal investigation happening, and I got to figure out what it is. Look at Jeffrey with his cute little symbols. Yeah, Mark Meadows. Because he thought that those liberals with their silly science. King of Pentacles, the hidden king, promising to deliver some kind of a victory for this president, but it's also a new beginning for this president. Successful new beginning for the president. That would be how to interpret the cards. He is on the precipice of some new enterprise that he's going to be very successful with, and there's some hidden man. You know what? He's been approached by the business world, and he'll be paid very well. So wipe your tears, Donnie. Businessman comes, hidden man offers a new entrepreneurship, a new beginning. There's a new job on the horizon. He can't let this go. Can't let it go. We rescinded the offer. The offer, Ace of Cups, has been rescinded. He's out of money. He was a trickster. He attempted to deceive or cheat, right? This is more deception and trickery. He refuses to see things. The Buddha card or camera card, to examine things closely. It's also a frugality card, is inverted. He's never been a particularly frugal person. He doesn't know how to balance a budget. He just wants something, he assumes it's there to take. His cards are horrible. He refuses. He is not psychologically capable of accepting defeat. It's not part of his facet. No self-awareness. What is around him? There's grieving. His staff is grieving, the people around him. The hope and fear, the COVID, the final outcome. He's infuriated, anger, rage. Also, return to if a person was a drug addict and they were sober, the temperance card, sobriety inverted, could be that the person's off the wagon. The lawyers keep promising things in the hope of getting more money, but you can see it's just dumping money with the blind hope, an inverted 9 of cups, that he's going to win. But eventually people become annoyed with him, etc. And it could start to push the buttons of the inverted King of Wands, which is somebody or a force in position of power that has to rein him in, that he's crossed his boundaries. So this plays itself out with him giving money to lawyers who are filling his head with false hope because he refuses to acknowledge that this is happening. And it will continue on for a while until eventually somebody has to come in and put a stop to his fantasies. Yeah. So it's interesting. I want to look at Don Jr. Okay, let's look at the FBI first, because I saw something around the FBI that the FBI was investigating something regarding this president, and there's a threats against Christopher Wray. So we're going to look at FBI Christopher Wray, try and figure out what that's about. See, I can shuffle a little bit today. All right, let's take a look. Kumbaya, someone's crying. Someone's crying, someone's praying, someone's singing. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. All right, so again, victory in 6 months, or victory, and then 10 of Cups. So there's a series of ongoing criminal investigations that were happening with the FBI, and it looks like a lot of that stuff is wrapping up. It looks like the wish card granted over investigations. Oh, the Justice Department. They can't help this president. Not only that, but as they're wrapping things up and people are moving in around the president, he will start to see not only people abandoning him, but even his own Justice Department may start abandoning him. They were following the money and the corruption. It had to do with major investigations into money and corruption. There's female authority coming in. Cards are excellent for the FBI and for Christopher Wray. He's gonna. We could start seeing. Oh, there's a death card there. He could leave or be asked to leave, but he has a Queen of Cups there. Yeah, I think it's going to be a circular firing squad. I think that um, Trump is so angry in these cards, it's very likely that he will just start randomly firing people. He's having temper tantrums and threatening people, but nobody's returning his calls and nobody's taking him seriously. And everybody's running to get hired by the Biden campaign. And Biden said that he would hire Republicans. You know, what do you get when when good Republicans and good Democrats get together and they start hammering out stuff? What do you think we're going to get? You're going to get blue or you're going to get red? You're going to get green, right? You're going to get a green economy. Everybody benefits, right? You get what you want. You get to save the planet. You peace-loving granola lovers. And we Republicans get to get some green. So let's talk money. So that's why the new Republican is more of a libertarian, to be honest with you. The libertarians, in a sense, kind of won the war of what will be the future Republican Party, in the sense that young Republican men in their 20s, 30s, they don't care if you're LGBTQ. They don't care about crap like that. They want to make money. They like business. And they want to be practical, but they don't think it's anybody's business to interfere with it. And they believe in legalizing marijuana because money, you can make money off of it. Let's check the Senate. That's funny. Senate. It's kind of nice to go back to the old way of reading in my living room or in my kitchen. Is the sound okay? How's the sound? I muted, so you guys shouldn't have an echo. I muted myself. I like what they're doing in Arizona. I heard that they gave them a place to duke it out, and instead of fighting, they ordered pizza and started sharing pot. I'd like to be in Arizona. Sounds like something we would do. Actually, that is what we're doing. They're all upset in Arizona, all the Trump supporters, and they got that free speech plaza. And our response is, we'll order pizza. We'll share some herb. We'll talk about the new administration. We're not at war with you. Let's break pizza together in Arizona. Come on now. Everybody got to eat. We'll order you the mixed meat and the vegetarian for the Democrats. I really respect that Arizona did that. Somebody ordered like 50 pizzas. Isn't that cool? I think that's so righteous. You think you're right. You think you're right. This is the free speech area. We're sending pizza. People are coming with musical instruments. We want to hear your opinion. The liberals, will be bringing medicine, herbal medicine. Yeah, did you see that? Did you see all the pizza they sent? Why fight? Have pizza. Take some herb. Let's talk about it. Diffused everything. Boy, I am very impressed with how Arizona handled that. Yeah, vegan pizza is actually pretty good. You know what my favorite vegan pizza is? An Arabic pizza that I got in New Jersey. The Arab pizza, they put hummus on it, which sounds strange. And then when you bake it, the hummus browns a little bit. And then you can put like tomatoes and lettuce on top. And I mean, I've always, for a long time, I've been mostly vegan. So I tried one of the, it was the most delicious pizza. You can also do it with white bean paste, and then you get your complete protein. Oh, it's so good. If you do that with like sun-dried tomato and bean paste, olives, oh my God, it's so good. We could do our wish with the Senate. You can see the wish card inverted, a karma card and chariot. People are getting mobilized. There's a lot of heartbreak over it too, an inverted Three of Swords. So there's a feeling that we have to come together because of this disappointment about the Senate. We're going to get at least one more Senate seat. I think we're going to get possibly I think we're going to get 2 more Senate seats. At least. Ossoff is interesting because the person who's going up against him is in legal trouble, and by the time the runoff happens, could be sitting in a jail cell. So that Ossoff might just get it by default. And then, of course, the VP breaks the tie. In a way, it's kind of better if it's forcing us to talk to one another might not be such a terrible thing. I don't know. All right. He's not in the, I mean, he's not escaping and sulking. I thought I was going to have a sulking energy when I went in last night, but he's just angry and wants revenge. It's a very, it must be really shocking that nobody is around the next day. Sure, I think Lindsey Graham is going to do the big apology. I was trying to do what was good for the nation and get behind the president. And Biden's like, okay, get to work. You know, like Biden has always said, I'm not a petty man. The nation is suffering. He's not Donald Trump. He doesn't want to sit and have a 10-hour conversation with Lindsey Graham. Explain yourself. Say what, apologize. I mean, like, it's pretty embarrassing. You're to help take down your former friend with Russian bots. So there is a weird relationship. If Lindsey Graham has been compromised or anybody else has been compromised, you can be sure the Biden administration is going to find out about it and deal with it. You know, they were very cocky, and Nero, yes. Nero with his fiddle. He went off and did what he wanted while Rome burned. Yes, 45 could be asked to resign early because of what COVID is doing and the fact that the whole country is collapsing with 10 million infected. And you have to realize the exponential growth pattern of this. Infection is it's as a contagion. If you've 10 million people and that doesn't include silent carriers, this is what I keep trying to hammer into people. Bill Maher gets a little confused. Bill Maher has a lot of power and he says things that are just not true about COVID. And I wish somebody would shut Bill Maher up. Oh, more Americans are dying because we're sicker. Not necessarily. It could be, there's 330 million Americans versus 10 million Swedes. And by the way, Sweden is being decimated. If you get a high enough viral load, and also based on genetics, it doesn't matter how healthy you are. Let's look at the belief checks. Sorry to hear that, Marie. All right, let's look at the COVID crisis and the relief checks. Yeah, see, it's a new Senate. It's a different type of energy in the Senate. Lovers is the ability to reach across the aisle, communicate. Inverted Seven of Cups means the end of confusion, the end of gaslighting. There's a feeling of sanity there. Anger, frustration, vindictiveness leading to poor judgment. A mentally unstable leader. Lack of ability to connect to source. Physical death of a leader who was abusive. Anger, frustration, psychosis, poor judgment, strange belief systems, cults, physical death. End of something that was about to get started, like a relationship or marriage. Fighting that resolves nothing. Strange imbalance in terms of temper, poor, no justice, the final outcome, the wheel of karma has turned. This goes from bad to worse to devastating overnight. COVID, and it's linked back to Trump. In fact, he presents as an inverted emperor in the fourth house, which is basically the king or the leader gone bonky, gone wonky, the authority gone wonky. So I just want to see if they're going to ask Trump to resign or leave early, because I have a feeling that may be happening. If people are protesting, if COVID is out of control, if they feel like he's an obstruction, they may ask Pence to finish out this term. Sure, you giving your landlord some comfort food? Yeah, because we're not psychopaths, we are empaths. And we understand that good people can have false information. And they haven't seen the children in the cages. They've just been told that evil pedophiles are coming in and that Trump is rescuing the pedophiles, and that the Democrats want to open the doors so that more pedophiles can converge on Hollywood. Like I mean, it's an interest, and look at all these celebrities that are associated. Like that's that, and we are part of that, and we are. Uh, we kill babies, and like if you thought all of that was true, the sane thing to do would be to go up against the Democrats if you thought that was true. So a lot of it's just misinformation. He's just confused. I always see Trump as confused, deception, deceiver, a thief attempting to flee. He could attempt to flee or leave. People were joking about him leaving the country, but with this thief card coming in over Trump, with an inverted magician card, there is something here about him possibly wanting to flee. That's a little interesting. I didn't expect to see that. Wow, they're rebuilding the nation completely. He could leave early. If we're asking about whether or not Donald Trump would resign, the fact that there's right now he presents his inverted magician card, trickery, 7 of Swords, which is to attempt to flee, a thief, regarding a new contract, the Star, and then going into Mastery card. I think that he's going to be asked to do some kind of TV show or something like that, because you can see his cards again over Mastery, a Star, new contract, stressing out about a new beginning, the truth coming out, something that was closed off, refused to see, he eventually sees. Then Pelosi's card goes over it. His hope and fear, the truth coming out, the Sun. So he's frightened that some kind of, he will no longer have the control. He will no longer have the ability to control what gets released. And then here he leaves after stressing. So yeah, it's possible he could leave early and that Mike Pence will finish up his term. If it gets so bad that people are protesting and screaming, we could see Lindsey Graham have that conversation again with him. That at this point, it may be, he may have to concede and consider stepping down early. It's just, if people have certain facets and we can rely on them to behave a certain way, then I don't think readers are particularly surprised by this outcome. Just because, if you follow the energy and the people that are involved, it's not surprising to see that people made the choices that they made. I'm going to check Pence's cards next. He could be asked to temporarily lead. You can see an Ace of Swords moving in with the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Slip. This is Mike Pence. Mike Pence's cards, attempting to smooth out the waters, feeling defensive. 9 of Wands there. Treasure trove of information, refusal to examine information. He's somebody who doesn't look at things that he doesn't want to look at. For example, there's an Empress card here, which can be treasure trove or an abundance of information, everything, fertility, an inability or a refusal to see some perhaps a large treasure trove of information. There's something here about a selfish or hidden individual. See, it's a lot about a treasure trove and information coming out, and the sun, and somebody next to him stressing out, probably DT. Hopes and fears, the thief. The final outcome, he will be given the bouquet, the offer. Victory. Ace of Cups offered, hopes and fears. Trump's going to feel like even Pence betrayed him. Kamala is going to help with the hiring of the staff. That's usually one of the jobs of the VP. So I imagine she will do a lot of that, a lot of interviewing, and then she will make notes, and then she will discuss them with the president. That's what she's saying. So she's going to have meetings. She's going to interview people. She's a very intimidating interviewer. The final candidates. And then Biden will look at the notes from her and other people. And probably there'll be some final interviews from Biden for some key positions. And that's how they're going to do it. So let's look at Adam Schiff, because I'm just curious what Adam Schiff's going to be doing in this administration. If he's going to be overseeing a new House investigation. Adam Schiff. The hall monitor. He's like the hall monitor. If it weren't for COVID, I would be going out. Let's see here. Oh, Booker got reelected. Yeah, see, he's working. Mastery card coming in for Schiff, and then Magician card. He's going to be given more of a position, a more important position somewhere. What's over him? A mentally insane king or authority. He's looking at overseas stuff, probably overseas corruption. He gets some kind of a wish he wanted, so he's going to have access to resources that were denied him. So that's probably documents coming out of a restricted situation. So from Schiff's perspective, there were a lot of documents, a lot of things that he didn't have access to, and now things have changed quite a bit with the Biden presidency, and now all those documents and all those holes will now be made available to Congress. Which is what Adam Schiff's been fighting for quite a while, is transparency. He will not leave the battle. Here we have the Crazy inverted emperor, his wish, looking overseas, doesn't leave the battle, stays and fights. The magician is the master. Those are his two base cards. Confused about something in relationship to the president's refusal to accept an offer. There's something here, there's some confusion here. Hopes and fears, the end of this presidency, COVID. Someone's going to give him an offer of a job. He's concerned that Nancy Pelosi wants to drop certain investigations because she doesn't know if it's, she wants to end some phases of the public investigation, and there could be a rift between her and Schiff about that. This may not start until summer of 2021 because of COVID. COVID's dominating everything. And so this investigation's probably not going to get started until the summer of 2021. All right. Politics will be boring again. You got me. I'm not boring. I'll make it fun. Oh, is Al Franken thinking of running again? Wasn't he thinking of running for another job? Let's do Al Franken. I like Al Franken. I like boring. All right, Al Franken's future. Oh, I see another book. He doesn't feel he has a future in American politics. He feels it's over. There's also a real wistful kind of heartbreak here that I feel. No, he doesn't want to go. There are other ways he thinks he can help. People are doing like it looks like exploratory research for him, maybe for governor or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm feeling with this person. He's definitely an academic. You can tell this guy went to Harvard. Look at his cards. He could take a position of scholarship, possibly teaching or something like that. Heartbroken, yeah. It's over because he was heartbroken. Surround him. The hope and the fear and the final outcome lovers. I can see podcast, books, teaching, and new beginnings, but I don't see necessarily running for politics. He's entering into a political academic energy and possibly teaching. This could be professorship or something like that. Well, that's a bummer. Oh, he has a podcast already? Why do you call him Frankenstein, Peggy? Oh, I deleted it. Oh, that's right. Putin. Putin. Oh, what's the thing they're saying that there were rumors that Putin for years had multiple sclerosis or something like that. That's kind of a horrible disease, MS. Then there's also MS. Parkinson's can have an impact on neurological health and MS. All right, Putin. Something going on with numbness, trouble moving hands. It looks like it could be MS or Parkinson's. That's really scary when you just start going numb. Don't you think that would be scary? Well, he's got a magician card. He's worried about his business being shut down. He's not done. Yeah, he's leaving. It's not totally, he's not totally finished yet, but you can see Hangman coming in. It was a decision he made. He won't be continuing on. Hopes and fears, COVID, final outcome, scholarship, knowledge, celebration of taking care of his health. He's concerned about his strength. The King of Cups. He wants to be responsible for selecting the next person who's going to be the president of Russia. And I think he wants it to be someone who's not going to prosecute him because the King of Cups comes in to replace him. You can see Hangman moving into the fourth house with an offer being presented, celebration of the King of Cups. He doesn't want his opposition taking a position in Russia. Someone who's going to be kind to him. You can see Hermes comes with the elixir in the eighth house, a celebration for him, concerns about his health. The King of Cups comes in. Well, I think I'm going to wrap things up. Boris Johnson? There's another nutter. So, what does this say about the future of Brexit when everybody that was trying to engineer that is leaving? Let's look at Boris Johnson. Let's look at Boris Johnson. What's funny is that all these world leaders that thought it was BS, they all got COVID, every single one of them. He'll be controlled. He's out of control. There's a feeling he's out of control and he needs to be controlled. The card coming in, if you're talking about something like with Eight of Swords is a person that have put themselves in knots, which is something I always see over Brexit. It's like this feeling over Brexit that you have placed yourself in a situation you can't get out of because it's not possible. Working closely with some woman over a trying to figure things out regarding the transition to Brexit. You can see here a high priestess in the fourth house, working, scholarship. I'll show you. Just let me get the cards out. Fighting. You can see here, it's kind of comical. This is trying to figure out how to make Brexit work. You can see here the High Priestess, the scholarship. This might be Theresa May. So there's a lot of people trying to help. Something about the financial concerns or holding of coin regarding, look at how much work it is. Look at how tied up they are. Look at the fighting. This is bickering and fighting regarding coin movement, hopes and fears, no hope, final outcome, a small victory. An inverted 9 of Cups would suggest that they're going to not have Brexit, but something similar, and then say, look, we won. Oh, thank you, Jay. Oh, dance in the moonlight. How sexy is that? I would love to dance in the moonlight. I don't think he wants to do it. That was really traumatic for him. To have to go in front of the entire world and be in front of the Senate. I mean, God, that's the kind of post-traumatic stress disorder that's going to live with you forever. I would never have. I would like hide forever from the world if something like that happened. Yeah, something remains of Brexit, but not much. Some things stand, some don't. Well, there you go, my chickadees. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Everybody have a good time. Is everybody coming to my brunch podcast tomorrow? 11 a.m. I had to cancel it last week because my hand was just a mess. Oh, goody. You have fun. I don't know if I'll make scones. I want to have a nice brunch tomorrow. I'm going to make something special. I think we should all make ourselves a special brunch for Sunday, for tomorrow when we have our brunch. Maybe we'll make ourselves scones or just pick up something special. I think it would be nice to have a nice brunch together. All right, love and light to everyone. I'll see you on Sunday. I won't be on tonight because I want to give the floor to the other readers. But as is our way, I'll see you Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for our brunch. Thank you to the moderators who've been helpful today. I do very much appreciate it. All right, we'll see everybody later. Bye. See you tomorrow.